everyone, so today I wanted to do a quick video on what it means to live on a budget, what it means to live paycheck to paycheck, and the lessons that I have learned along the way. I think that as a stay-at-home mom, I was supposed to be home for 2 years, I've been home for 5. I've learned a lot of things, valuable things, and I think if I would have known these things before I embarked on this journey, it would have been so much better. But of course I had to learn it the hard way, and I had to tough it out for so many things that I'm hoping that this will help somebody understand what it means financially, personally, to be a stay-at-home mom, what it means to live on a single income, and what it means to budget, truly budget. So first of all, there's different aspects, there's different variations in every family. Some people are lucky enough to have a spouse that earns a lot of money. Some people have spouses that don't earn a lot of money, and then there's the middle, and that's kind of where I feel we are. So we live on a single income. My husband's income has to cover all of our expenses, obviously. I have no source of income, and it's hard because as a woman you give up a lot, you sacrifice a lot when you have a child, and having a single income and having that dependence on somebody else to provide everything for you is definitely life-changing. So first of all, what is living paycheck to paycheck? So first of all, you get 2 paychecks every month, and the first paycheck has to cover your mortgage, your food expenses for the next 2 weeks until your next paycheck, and gas for the next 2 weeks until your next paycheck. The second paycheck is the fun paycheck because that covers your bills, and whatever's left over is pretty much either saving or fun money if there's anything left. So first of all, second paycheck is going to cover utilities, trash, water, gas, electric, and car insurance. These are like the mandatory things that you have to pay for when you have a house. The luxuries that I define as is internet or cable, car, and cell phone. Now our car payment and our cell phone bill are exactly almost the same. There's like a $25 difference in our car payment and our cell phone payment. Granted, we found ourselves having to purchase a car because mine was not repairable, so we were forced into this. And the cell phone bill, we were just pretty much having a tantrum and wanted to update our iPhones, and we got trapped into contracts for both items, and now we're stuck with these ginormous bills that take a huge chunk out of our monthly earnings. And if we didn't have these, it would be completely possible to live better. But anyways, that's the circumstances. So first lesson number 1 that I learned, and I learned that quickly, is that you should not have any personal debt should you decide to be a stay-at-home mom, living on a budget, living on a single income. Personal debt takes every month a little bit away from you. And I know that you think $25 here, $35 there, it's not that much, I can pay it off eventually. Or you have that mentality of, when I go back to work, I'm just going to pay it all away. Like I said, I was supposed to be home for 2 years, and I've been home for 5. And I'm still not seeing the finish line here yet. Of course, everybody's circumstances are different, but that's our story. I can't go back to work until probably the end of the year. So with that said, personal debt, I might not even find a job where I live. Like, that's the reality. We live in a city which is great for families, great school systems. There is really kind of no place I can work in my field that's nearby. And there's only 2 or 3 companies that I could possibly work at. And the odds of me getting that job position after not working for the past 5 years, I know it's slim. Whereas if I drove and commuted out of the city, I could get a better job, I could get better pay, but then I would be far away. Who's going to take care of my kids at that point? Like, that's the thing. Like, who's going to pick them up from school? Who's going to take them to their classes? You know, the commute just out of the city is at least an hour and a half. So I know that mentality of, when I go back to work, you know, it depends, circumstances changes, you might move when you have children. So you have to put that under consideration. So first thing is first, no personal debt. That is a helper, because just think about it. The $35 that you're paying on your monthly credit card bill is $35 that could pay for your child's soccer classes, or just a date night for you and your husband. You have to think of trade-offs, and I think that's really important. Second of all is food. Eating out is really expensive. And at the beginning it's not, because it's a baby and it's little, and as they grow up you start having to add on plates, drinks, and everything, and what once became like a $20 dinner is now a $40 dinner for the whole family. And that's someplace cheap like Panera. So you have to think, how many times or how much money am I spending every week on food expenses, eating out, and on top of buying groceries. And it's so important, meal planning, and I understand it, but I am so lazy about it, and I don't like cooking. I don't enjoy it, mostly because it's a lot of work, and then there's a huge mess, and then I have even more work to add on cleaning up everything. But it is rewarding, and it is one of the biggest money savers that there is. Learning how to cook simple recipes. I'm starting to do crock pots, so hopefully I am able to sort of save time and clean up time and still make something delicious and save money by not having to eat out. The third thing is your shopping habits. What are your shopping habits now? Because when you have a budget, you're living on a single income, and you're not on this end where you have all the money in the world and you're kind of in the middle and you're on a budget, and you have to think about your shopping habits. I loved shopping. I would always say I will never need a therapist because I have shopping. And that was true. I was happy for years and years because I could just go and shop and I feel happy. And when that money went away and I didn't have the ability to shop the way I used to shop, I was angry. I was depressed. I remember just being resentful at my husband that he didn't earn more money. It was a really, really rocky. It was like, I want to say almost an entire year. And that's when I read the book of Marie Kondo. I think it's The Art of Tidying Up or something. That book changed my life, and I realized how much clutter I had, how much I had accumulated over the years because of my bad shopping habits, and how if all this stuff was really making me happy, then why wasn't it still making me happy when I stopped shopping? I was surrounded by clutter. I was surrounded by things I didn't need. And so analyzing your shopping habits is really important. One of the biggest challenges is how can you go a week without spending money? Can you? If you can do that, you're set to go. Your shopping habits are awesome. And that's been a challenge even for me nowadays. So anyways, I hope this video helps, and I hope that I inspire somebody in some way. Thank you.